How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 7 of the Couch Crunch podcast. My name is Alex, as always. I'm joined here with my other host. I hope everyone's having a great day. Mir, go ahead and introduce yourself.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode.
Hey guys, what's up? Don here. Hope everybody's doing well.
Hey guys, it's Nick again on this episode. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this one.
All right, before we begin, I want to thank everybody real quick for joining. I know we don't have a ton of people listening, but just want to thank you guys for joining in. I know we're really small right now, but I just appreciate all you guys, listening in and everything. We had a few things to talk about today. IGN introduced, I think it was a few weeks ago, they put in their top 10 100 games of all time list. And it's been a little different since the last year, obviously. Mir, why don't you start us off? What do you got to say about that list? How do you feel?
I like it. I think so. I'm looking at the list right now. I think they have a lot of good titles up here that I actually would approve for. Starting at 100, they have Borderlands 2. I think some of the placements could be a little bit better. For example, they have 97. They have Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I think this is one of the only Assassin's Creed games that I've seen on there. I could have went past them, but I don't agree with that at all. I think actually Assassin's Creed 4 doesn't even deserve to be up here. I think Assassin's Creed 2 should have been if we're adding any Assassin's Creed entries, I think that should have been there. Outside of that, they have some of my favorite titles up here, so I'm happy that. I think it's a pretty solid list.
All right, cool. Don, you want to throw in your input?
Yeah, I don't understand why on the list at number 80, Dark Souls is at 80. It should be way higher, especially the influence it had on the. Yeah,
I agree with you there.
Because the matter of that it's influenced so many different other games now from the past 5 years. It's it made its own lane. It's own subgenre now of get good kind of attitude of trying to be better at gaming. So, I'll give you more of a challenge, I meant. So,
interesting.
Sorry, I have to just chime in. I just noticed right here they have Smash Bros. Ultimate rated at 76. I think that's blasphemy. Definitely much higher up on the list.
Oh yeah, I hard agree. I feel like Smash Bros. Should be way higher, at least in the top 20. Nick, what do you want to add?
I think just looking at the list, it's I don't agree with a lot of the titles. I kind of skimmed through it. I didn't really look into it because I kind of seen a lot of them were just in places that they shouldn't be, in my personal opinion. But if I had to add anything really in there, the only things I can add in there is the first Assassin's Creed should be in there because I think for its time it was just such an influential game that had just came out for its time.
Much more influential than 4.
Exactly. They have Black Flag up there. I'm just a little confused on that, and that's the worst one out of the franchise in my opinion.
What was the main character's name?
Wasn't
it Edward or something like that?
I don't even know.
Edward Conway, I think it was.
That's what his name was.
Yeah.
He was so underwhelming.
He just sucked. But I think another one in there. I think they had Dark Souls already in there, but it was way in the back. But those are good titles. So I don't like the list, but there's things that should be bumped up though.
So that's the thing, right? I know you said that you didn't really look at the list that much, but again, I'm looking through it now. I think you would agree with the list in general because it does have a lot of good things up here that we would agree for. They have the Final Fantasy, Metal Gear, God of War. They have all the right choices. It's just the placement of it. Again, we mentioned earlier, Smash Bros. That's arguably the best of the series. For it to be so low on the list is why is it at 73?
Mm-hmm. And also Metal Gear Solid, that should be also higher, is at 36. That's one of the most influential games of its time. It's a stealth tactic kind of base game. Also for the story driven, how Kojima told that story throughout the saga.
Which Metal Gear's on there? Is it just one?
Yeah, I believe they got the first one and
really?
The third one.
Oh, I thought 2 would be on there. I feel 2 is the most popular Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
People mostly put the third one as the best out of the whole series. So,
see, I 2 is my favorite one. 4 was okay too, but 2 was the best Metal Gear in my opinion.
I haven't played any of them.
Because you're racist.
Go back and play it.
Horrible.
Yeah, 4 is my favorite Metal Gear, but at least put 3 and the first Metal Gear Solid like up in like at least the top 20.
See, I'm just putting it out there. I'm gonna give my quick take on that real quick. Mass Effect 2 should be number one. I don't care what no one says. You can't argue with me. Mass Effect 2 is one of the best games ever. Bioshock is slanderous that it's all the way down that it is. It should be in the top 10. What else we got? Disco Elysium, never even heard of that. I'm sick of seeing Mario games. I'm gonna be honest with you. I get it.
Mario deserves its place.
I get it that it's influential and everyone and their grandma knows Mario, but come on, they're the same game.
Which Mario?
Any Mario, like just put one Mario. Just give it Odyssey like number, I don't care, 20 or whatever, and then keep it
Odyssey deserves to be in the top 20 for sure.
Yeah, but like, come on, who's played Portal 2? Like, Portal 2's got.
I heard that was one of the best PC games.
That's so overhyped. It's just a puzzle game. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but
like, don't do that. There's a lot of puzzle fans out here. I'm a puzzle fan myself. Don't give puzzle slander.
I will puzzle slander.
And also, Little Big Planet, it's not even on the list at all. It should be instead of Minecraft, because without a Little Big Planet, it would be a Minecraft, in my opinion.
That's true. Wait, which came out first?
So Little Big Planet.
Did it?
Even though I think they're different, like, because Little Big Planet is 3D, but it's a side-scroller type of thing. So I mean, I see the influence in terms of like customization and creative world space, but like, I don't know if we can really say that without Little Big Planet there wouldn't be Minecraft. I mean, I don't know, maybe the developers did take influence from it, but I don't see the comparison that much.
Because it's just the whole idea of like building your own world and making like building stuff. Like, I really think that it set its own ground, like, because they came out in like 2008, so it seemed like it really set that whole realm of building your own world and levels and customization. I feel like all derives from that. Even like Mario, what's that? Mario Maker.
Oh yeah, Mario Maker.
They'll make your own levels. Yeah, it's like.
Nah, listen, Don. I 100% agree with you. I definitely think the Planet should be on here. Minecraft should be taken off, but it's just like, I don't know. Maybe Little Big Planet is down.
So what I'm hearing is there's a lot of Minecraft slander right now. Like, no one's here a fan of Minecraft.
Minecraft sucks.
I believe Minecraft should be on there because the impact it has on kids nowadays and how big it is, but not as high as it is, and not a replacement for Little Big Planet. That's all I'm saying.
Nah,
I don't like it.
I think it was different though, right? Like Little Big Planet wasn't really catered to kids. Like you
kind of did.
I don't think so. Like I think more so teens played Little Big Planet outside of like children play Minecraft. I don't think children playing
Little Big Planet. Yeah, it's like
it was more a little teenage to adult.
Right.
I don't know
like
if I
we have
that,
kids playing Minecraft.
Then again, you got kids playing. I mean, you got adults playing Minecraft, so it's like, how can you really tell that?
That is true.
Yeah, you got grown, like 40-year-old men. Look what I built in Minecraft. But let's real quick. I want to talk about number one though out of all this. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Do we feel like this has earned the top spot or no? Who wants to start us off? Mir, why don't you start us off?
So let me backtrack for a second. All right, so this is the list of top 100 video games of all time. I mean, I think without a doubt that this list is subjective and it's subjective to change over time. But I'm not mad at the pick. I personally don't agree with it. But I can understand why they picked it, because Breath of the Wild was such a like groundbreaking, phenomenal game for the Switch. Yeah, I mean, it just like it redefined like what Nintendo could do. It's definitely one of the best Nintendo games. It's one of the biggest open world games, period. Like I'm not sure if you guys like really actually had like time to play it, but the map is huge. I think it's one of the biggest size gigabyte games for the Switch. Like it had a crazy expansion. The story was great. It was actually like it's one of those games like those type of games where like it's essentially like I don't know if you can compare it to Dark Souls, but like it's one of those games where it's like you can finish the game early, but it's not recommended. Like the boss is Ganon. Ultimately, you can go and fight him at the beginning of the game, but it's not recommended because you have to obviously level up Link and gain experience and like complete the story. But it's just one of those type of games where it's like that game will be like played for generations and generations and generations.
Interesting. Don, you want something to add?
Oh yeah, I definitely see the beauty of Breath of the Wild, but I don't believe it deserves the top of all time of this list. And I can see it as kind of like a Nintendo bias. Even in like the top 10, it's like you got Super Metroid, the other Zelda on here, and also another Mario game. It's like I can feel that it's a lot of bias towards Nintendo, whoever made this list. But that's cool and all. But
that's a really good game.
Yeah, so sad now that I read this, like a lot of Nintendo games in the top 10.
But though you gotta think about it at the same time, we're talking about video games of all time. Nintendo is kind of like the forefather. So like, can we be mad that Super Mario 64 and Super Metroid and Ocarina of Time? Can we be mad that these games are up there? Because these are pre PlayStation and Xbox.
I mean, I can and I am.
These are like staples, like. But mind you, they're not just putting this up there for like personal preference. Like these games were influential. Whether whoever made this list, whether they like Breath of the Wild or not, you can't deny that it's arguably the best game.
Yeah, but number one?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, does it really deserve the number one?
I'll say it should definitely be in like maybe the top 20.
Yeah, I can tolerate that, but like definitely not number one.
Yeah, I could see on Super Mario 64 as a platformer. Like that really was influential at the time, so I can give him that one. Definitely Super Mario 64.
Well, I feel like if it wasn't for Mario 64, we wouldn't have Sonic Adventure.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, what else would we have?
I wouldn't go that far.
Bro, Mario 64.
Those are two. You're skipping like a whole decade.
Yeah, but like that game was like 3D at this point. Like, what else was there?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Sonic would have jumped to 3D at some point.
Yeah, but they get the inspiration from it. They had to get it for something.
Yeah, but
I mean,
they already had the IP though.
Sonic was essentially created for Sega as a mascot. I don't want to say in defense of Nintendo, but like,
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, so it's like they had to like do something.
Yeah, but Sonic's better
at
anyway.
the same time, I think Crash was around that time too.
Yeah,
Mario 64.
I'm just saying, Sonic Adventure 2
is better than Mario.
Sonic Adventure 2 is better than every single Mario game put together. I don't care what you say.
Not Sunshine.
Sunshine was garbage.
Sunshine was awesome.
I'm not a Mario, so I'm about to anger the entire Nintendo community. Ready for this? I don't like Mario that much. I think all of his games are overhyped.
I agree.
Oh yeah, I don't like Mario too much, but Mario Sunshine, that was one game. I love that game.
I don't really like that much.
I mean, this isn't. I mean, it's technically Mario, but like, bro, Luigi's Mansion is the greatest Mario game ever. Luigi's Mansion is.
I kind of actually agree with you. I do like Luigi's Mansion. But yeah, I don't know how Breath of the Wild should stack up here in the number one spot. Nick, you got anything you want to add to us?
I didn't get the chance to actually play the game, so I can't really add too much take on like should it be all over like all the other titles in the list. I definitely know it was definitely like an influential game for Nintendo, and it being a launch title for the Switch, it was definitely like a groundbreaking game to come
Breath
out.
of the Wild?
Yeah, I think
it was a launch title.
Yeah.
Well, just keep in mind, so it's not a new game. It was originally on the Wii U, but it got ported over to the Switch.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, it was a really familiar Wii title.
I don't know if that's true.
Nah, trust me, Google it. It was for the Wii U first. It wasn't as popular, but then I got onto the Switch.
Right. So it still popularized it. You know what I mean? So I still don't think that it should be like over a lot of those titles in that list. But I mean, I can't add too much on it too because I didn't get a chance to play it. But I still give it respect. It should be probably like, I don't know, maybe top 15. I mean, if that makes sense. But it shouldn't be like way up the list though, in my opinion.
Oh damn! So Breath of the Wild isn't even a Nintendo Switch game?
Bro, there's a lot of Switch games that were on the Wii that were ported. Like Donkey Kong.
Was the Wii U that forgettable?
Yes.
Yeah. And then
can we take a like salute to the Wii U for having like the lowest like life cycle of any console?
It sucked. I mean, at least it tried, but it just wasn't as good as the rest of like the Wii and the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, overall, I think this list is always subjected to change, especially as more games come out in time that goes on. But like I said, I think they have the right titles on the list. They're deserving to be there. I think they pretty much have a title for all AAA games, like Red Dead Redemption, and then a lot of different genres too. Like I can see Overwatch, League of Legends, a bunch of different games. So it's like I think they're all deserving to be there. It's just like you can argue the positioning.
All right, so real quick, I have a question, little random question for everybody. If you were the editor of this list, what game would you put at number one?
That's a very good question.
God of War.
All right, so we got one answer for God of War. Wait, which one?
The first one.
Really? I'd put 3.
I know 3 is really good, but
Three's my favorite of the franchise.
it's just I played it when I was young, man, and that was like the best game I've ever played for PS2 in my life. So yeah.
Don, you brain cooking?
I'll say Metal Gear 4.
Interesting. That's number one?
Yeah.
Didn't see that. Okay. You got a little bit of diversity in there. Mir?
I can't answer this.
Why can't you? It's easy.
I can't. I don't.
It's easy. Just pick what game would you feel like deserves number one?
I don't know. I can't answer. It's too many. Like I don't know. Like I haven't been attached to a video game like that much to where it's like, because obviously like with Nick, God of War is like a very spiritual type of game for him. Same thing with God and Metal Gear. I don't think I have a game like that. Like there's a lot of games that I enjoy, but like
no game hits you on like a personal level. Really?
Like they do, but it's too many to just name one.
I'm gonna hit you guys with an oldie. You ready? Sonic the Hedgehog 3 for the Sega Genesis. Classic game. I can play that game for I'm gonna be playing that game when I'm like 90.
It's like it was like one of your first games that you ever played, right?
It was the first game I ever remember playing, and my grandfather got it for me. It's like one of the first things I remember him ever buying for me. Like, I don't know, the game just hits me on a personal level, you know. But
also Crash 2, close contender.
Hey, you know, see, you open your heart, Mir. Nothing hits you on a personal level.
Listen, that's up there. What is it? Cortex Strikes Back?
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know what's funny? That was actually the first game I actually remember playing for PlayStation.
It's a good one, yeah.
Dang, that's where you started.
Like, I had Crash 2. Well, no, I started with the original Nintendo, but like in terms of like what I really, really remember playing was Crash 2. I didn't even play. I don't think I had Crash 1. I had Crash 2 and then Crash 3 more.
Crash 3 was really good.
It was I love that one the most.
Yo, you remember Crash Bash?
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Oh, that game was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Mir, what the hell is that sound? Like he just turned into like a demon for a second. I hate him. But if I had to give the number one spot to a modern game, I'd give it to Dead Space 2. Dead Space 2 is my favorite game of all time.
Looking forward for that remake, huh?
I'm cautiously optimistic. Like I'm worried about it, but at the same time, I'm sure that like all they have to do is just make part 1 look nicer. That's all they really got to do.
Come on,
like,
EA.
I know, like EA, please don't drop the ball on this one. I don't care what you do to the Battlefront. I don't care what you do to whatever other game. Just don't screw this one up. This is a beloved franchise of mine.
Bro, this actually makes me like, now that you said modern games, like if we're talking about modern games, like for the past couple of years, I mean, technically of all time of modern games, I have to give it to Modern Warfare 2019.
Oh, you fanboy!
I'm sorry. It's the thing, like I mean,
you are.
Because like I buy it every year, but like,
yes.
But Modern Warfare was amazing. The campaign was great. Multiplayer was phenomenal.
Same every card, same multiplayer,
bro. Yes. Modern Warfare 2019.
Even the maps are the same.
It was great. Yeah,
it was different.
I was so
on a different engine. It was different.
I was so excited to just kind of wake up every day and just try to see like
and play Shipment for the 600th time.
If Shipment's awesome,
it's not.
I would get a T-shirt with that.
Okay, hold on. We're about to derail real quick. That map is the most I'd rather it's more overhyped than Nuketown. I don't care what no one says. That map sucks.
What's wrong with just spawning and dying? There's no problem with that.
I hate you. I hate you so much. It's just way too small. I don't care what no one says. It's my least favorite map in all of Call of Duty history.
It's a legend. I want to see it come into the next one.
No. Also,
I think it's in Vanguard.
Is it?
yeah, it's in Vanguard. It's in every Call of Duty, Nick. What?
So is it like the next Nuketown, basically?
Man, it's worse than Nuketown.
I argue it's better than Nuketown.
Nah, I think so.
No, you can actually get out of the spawn area.
Nuketown kind of sucks.
It's hyped.
I mean, I agree. It's definitely a sucky map too. I don't think it's a sucky map. I think it's overhyped. But like, it should have been worse. I don't care what you say.
Wait. Now that brings the question: like, was Call of Duty on this list? Anybody see?
No, it's not.
None of them.
It's not one. I just realized that none of them are on the. Are they?
It's crazy because I'd figure that they have the
Hold
early entrance of Call of Duty, like Call of Duty 2, the big.
Hold on, Don's got the list up. When is it on there?
Yeah, one of them are on there. It's
probably Black Ops or something.
I think either Black Ops or Modern Warfare, like the original Modern Warfare.
2. Yeah,
I think the original Modern. Oh, well, yeah, whichever one had the nuke scene. In which is the one that had no Russian with the airport part?
that was Modern Warfare 2.
Was it? Then that's the one I think might be on that list.
I wouldn't be surprised if Black Ops 2 or 3.
I would be surprised.
Oh, okay. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare.
Yep, see the original Modern Warfare. Yeah, I called it.
That's a good one because
that is a good one.
I was gonna say, like, I remember we were playing that back around that time too. It was like fun as shit, man.
I only care for the Call of Duties that have zombies.
Yeah.
If we don't have zombies, I'm not buying it.
Nuketown zombies.
You like Advanced Warfare?
It did. It had zombies.
It was it was good.
That
but
might be the most controversial Call of Duty thing I've ever said in my life. That I actually liked Advanced Warfare. It was alright. It wasn't better than like Black Ops 2 or 3, but like it was solid. You had some zombies, fun little zombies. The one map though was awful. Which one was it that was really bad? It was like Burger Town, where like the zone would like turn into toxin. You had to move.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
It was so annoying because you had to leave the whole zone. It was just really annoying. And then the whole escort mission thing, where like you had to escort the Burger Town employee to the safe spot. That map I actually did not like, but the rest of it was good.
Yeah, it was bad. I didn't like it.
What, the whole mode of the map?
The mode, like it's just like it was so much to do.
It scratched my itch for the next zombie thing.
Right.
But we don't talk about Infinite Warfare. That one was actually bad.
That's how bad it is. Nobody remembers.
Yeah, the zombies were actually bad. Like the first two maps actually weren't bad. Like Spaceland and Raven Redwoods. Those two maps were good, but literally everything after that was garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And one that I do see missing on there is Tekken. Like that was actually a big influence in the early 2000s in the fighting game community, like especially in that esports era.
I really forgot Tekken was an esport. Wasn't Tekken an esport?
Yeah, that was a really big competitive fighting game at the time. Even like going into the 2010s, like it's even to this day, it's like a big online community of like Tekken fighters.
Wow, 100 games, not one Tekken on there?
Oh.
Dang.
They got Street Fighter 2 though.
That's disrespectful.
Street Fighter's overrated.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Bro, does not have Tekken at all? Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say one.
I love Street Fighter.
Tekken or Dead or Alive? Come on, man.
Well, Dead or Alive is more of a. That's not a more known. That's a lesser known like franchise.
It doesn't matter. There's a lot of lesser known things that they have on that list.
Because Tekken was like one of the
Chrono Trigger. Sorry for people who like that game. I've never seen that game.
It's the Chrono Trigger slander. No.
Tekken was like one of the first 3D fighters of like the next generation, early 2000s with the PS2. Like that whole aspect of how they developed.
Tekken was later than that. Tekken came out on I think the PS1.
Oh yeah, that's right. On the PS1, it's like they built like that whole format being like 3D fighter. That's before like the 2D side scroller and kind of fighting.
Listen, IGN. Dante is a huge Tekken fan.
Yeah, fix your list right now. Don needs a request. Don's got a request. He's not. No, it's not a request anymore. It's a demand. Fix your list.
All my Tekken heads out there, they gonna come after you. If you playing games.
Listen, bro.
All my Tekken heads.
I've played many matches with Don and Tekken, and I've used all of them.
I played.
Tekken is Don's game.
The only Tekken I played was like there was like a cross. Wasn't like the one was like a crossover with Capcom?
Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah, that's the one I played.
I remember
Yeah, that's the one. It had like Cole McGrath, and that's the only reason why I played it. Other than that, I'm garbage at Tekken. I'm a Mortal Kombat guy. But yeah, let's see. IGN, fix your list. It's broken. But since we're still on the topic of lists, let's talk about another one real quick. I feel like Don and Mir, you might be better equipped at this one. Or actually, Don and Nick, really. But GameSpot, their 25 best PlayStation 2 games of all time. What do you guys think of that list?
Okay. It's not too bad. For as like GameSpot, they didn't do too bad. Let me see. Going to this now. Oh yeah. So you got Burnout 3. That conversation. That's
so keep in mind, this list is a little different from IGN's because it's not in any particular order. They just listed the top 25 games. So like,
is it?
when we talk about any of these, they're not in a specific order of ranking.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, I believe that's a good choice. They put Devil May Cry 3. That's like really monumental at the time. Definitely.
Oh, I love Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, Devil May Cry, just the franchise itself was just like it's a competitor towards God of War at the time as far as on the PSO. And I you know what I mean? Like, it's just like I love the fact that the idea of demons and angels and killing demons is just like the whole plot to the story and everything. How they did it is kind of like amazing.
Real quick, how do we feel about DMC? Like that remake that came out? What do you think about it?
I thought it was great.
What remake? Are you talking the one from 2010 or 2012?
2013.
Something like that, yeah.
2013.
I thought you were talking about the Devil May Cry 5.
No. Well, we'll get to that one later, but I was talking about the reboot.
Oh, yeah,
quote unquote.
Yeah. No, I thought it was amazing. I like the fact that if you just want to kind of talk about the story, like I like that they kind of showed a different perspective from Virgil because at the time.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, like I kind of love the fact like he wasn't a dick, and
he was like a sympathetic villain.
At first, but then they just didn't. Their minds were just like that's how they clashed.
Did you play the DLC Virtual's Downfall?
Yeah, which was awesome.
It was really good.
It was really good. Honestly, it was good though, man. Honestly. So.
Yeah, I think that game's highly underrated. Like everyone hated it for some reason. I thought it was really good.
No, I think it was good. I want to give a high five to Ninja Theory.
Yeah, I thought it was a fantastic game. And then Don, you got something you wanted?
Oh yeah, I was just going Devil May Cry 3 because they had at the time people didn't like Devil May Cry 2, so it made a really good comeback with the third one. And everybody loved it. It was like, oh yes, this is what we really wanted from the Devil May Cry franchise.
All right, you guys ready for another unpopular opinion from Alex? And everyone's gonna love me, by the way, in the comments because like I feel like no one's gonna agree with me at any of my points. Devil May Cry 2 is my favorite of all of them. I love Devil May Cry 2.
That was a good one too.
Hey, what Lucille?
Yeah,
kills it.
Yeah,
Lucille
she was cool.
She was awesome. I love the like she turned into like this big like angel chicken thing.
I remember that. Yeah,
dude, I used to love.
I mean, I love it because I remember the double trigger when you're kind of flying. You kind of like.
Oh yeah, it was really cool.
It's like a shock.
She's like lightning.
Yeah,
but, like you can hold it and he like just zaps.
Yeah, like so. I think that's cool, man. You can't forget about the first one though.
The sound effects though. We don't talk about that. The first one was a classic.
No. But what's that line? What's the line?
No, we're not doing this here. We're not. I will walk out of this podcast
because I forgot what it was called. But that line.
All right, that's it. Leave a like for this video. Goodbye.
Oh yeah, and we can't forget about this. Goes without saying, God of War 2. Me, Nick.
Yeah, Nick is the one who's synonymous with God of War.
But we're gonna go. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna erase. I'm just gonna wash my hands of this one right now because I think we're gonna move on to the next couple of topics because I'm gonna have a lot to say about God of War. So I'm gonna save it.
Okay. So hold on to that one. Okay.
Yeah, I like this list. I think it really defines the time, and they kind of pick the best titles of a lot of these AAA games that came out. Because like a lot of the stuff they have up here are like really memorable times. Like Don just mentioned, God of War 2. You got San Andreas, Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock.
Hey.
I usually thought that. I usually thought that was only on PS3 and 360. I didn't even know it was on PS2. But then like you got Jack 2, then some Kingdom Hearts in there.
Oh, can I interrupt you real quick? Naughty Dog, where is Jack? Bring me a remake.
That's a whole nother topic.
Bring me a remake. Bring me a sequel. I don't care. Make another one.
See, my thing is like when we say things like that, it's like, all right, Jack's fine. I love Jack. But we need Sly as well. We can't forget Sly Cooper.
But here's the thing, ¿por qué no las dos?
I don't know.
This means how about both?
Why not both?
Yes. But now we need to look at Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch, where are you?
Or matter of fact, since we're on this quick topic, where's my Infamous 3?
I don't know, man. I feel like we're gonna be waiting a while for that one.
Sucker Punch, get on it. Let's go.
They're not
You're
worried.
hurting
They're worried about Ghost of Tsushima.
You're hurting my soul right now, dude. Come on, Sucker Punch.
I know. I kind of want to see what if they're gonna bring Delson back. Like that'll be cool.
Not only since we're derailing real quick, not only do I want them to bring Delson back, this is what I'm probably gonna be crazy. I don't know if you noticed. So between Infamous 1 and 2, so 2 takes place after the good ending. Because remember, each Infamous has a good and bad ending. After Infamous 2 takes place after the good ending of 1, I want the third Infamous to do something different. I want them to go after the bad ending. I want them to canonize the bad ending of Infamous Second Son and make Delson the bad guy. Because his power kind of like makes sense for him to like. Because remember, his power is that he steals other conduits' powers. Imagine facing him as like the bad guy, where he's like constantly steal. Because like think about it, they could do the story where Delson at the end of spoiler alert, by the way, the end of Second Son, whatchamacallit, Delson breaks into that prison and starts stealing powers from like all the different prisoners, and then he does that, he murders his tribe or whatever. I want them to build off of that and like trying to have to stop him from like trying to basically take over the world with all his powers and shit. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, there you go. I just wrote you the story for Infamous 3. Get on it, Sucker Punch.
I think the thing with Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch, though, I think they're more of trying to evolve past their old franchises. That's what I'm seeing from the past couple of years. Like, they keep moving on to the next one.
I get that, but like, at least wrap up these old franchises with a bow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Because like, think about it. Like, they didn't really wrap up Infamous in a way that like felt like it was finished. You know what I mean?
Can we finally get the paper powers?
Oh my gosh, the paper power thing. How long were we at that? First off, why was that so convoluted? You had to go to like the internet. You had to like wait to the code. You had to wait like 3 weeks.
You had to wait weeks. Like, yeah, and then weird. It was such a long process to get
all that for a paper mask.
For a mask.
Sorry, for what? What is this? Easter or something?
No. So in Infamous Second Son, there was a sort of DLC or like a epilogue thing.
Yeah,
where, like
it was in the game.
It involved this prisoner that was like one of the main antagonist's like favorite like prisoners or whatever, and she had paper power and she escaped the prison with her powers, and you had to like hunt for her, and she would leave clues, and it was like a mystery like puzzle thing, but it was super convoluted. What I mean, like, you had to go on this website
on your actual computer.
You had to go on the website. You had to like hunt through the site's code, take some of the code, enter it on this other site to get like this decoder thing to decode a message, to play the game after you get that decoded message, enter it in the game, and then go to the next stage and do something like that again each week.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, and then you have to wait. Like,
and this was in which one? I'm sorry, you said
Second Son. Yeah. And then it was really frustrating because towards the end we were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, all that for a mask.
Like, you could have at least gave us the power.
Yeah. It was. What? I would have loved to have that paper power.
So can we get the power in 3?
Listen, they can come on. I don't care what they do. Just give me Infamous 3. I don't care.
But we're talking about giving games back. Can we please get Tack again? Tack was great.
Tack was pretty good.
Tack 2.
Yeah.
No, they got a show. They're good. They wrapped that up.
I haven't played Tack in a long time now.
Man, it reminds me of Ty,
the Talisman Tiger.
Yeah,
that was another good. That's a classic. They remastered that recently.
Joe, but what about Mark of Kai though? Mark of Kai was good.
I never played that.
Oh,
I played Rough Trigger.
That was a good one too.
Yeah, look, that's a oldie. That's a really obscure one. Yeah. I bet many people who listen to it right now never even heard of that. Look it up, Rough Trigger.
We're probably naming games that everybody's like, "What the hell are these titles?"
Yeah, they're probably like, what the hell is he talking about? But play, hey, look them up. You never know.
Yeah, because these are from the PS2 era, and
Yeah.
also Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That goes without saying too. It's like being the most popular and most well developed Grand Theft Auto games of all
Do
time.
I have a very unpopular opinion about Grand Theft Auto? I won't share it because I feel like Mir's going to slander me. But I'll say it anyway. I actually like Grand Theft Auto 4 better.
Chill. But what about
GTA 4 was so fun.
I like Vice City. I like Tommy.
San Andreas is by far the best.
Nico, cousin.
It had everything in there. Like,
It didn't have
don't get me wrong, I like 4. 4 was a lot of people get 4 slander. Like a lot of people say that that's one of the shittiest in the series. I don't think it's that bad. The problem with 4 is that it just didn't age well.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
yeah, it's not a pretty game. I'll give you that. But also, like, real quick, can we be honest? The best GTA ever is Chinatown Wars.
Actually, it's not the bad. It's not bad. I did like Chinatown Wars. Problem is,
I
feel
didn't
like
see that coming.
I feel like if they would have just made it like the original 3D, like instead of top down,
I mean,
the game
but
would have
like,
been much higher.
yeah, but the DS only had so much hardware.
Yeah, but like
That
they
would
could have ported that to the PS2. There's no reason why they couldn't.
yeah, if they ported it, they could have done like a remat, like a different, like a definitive edition, did like a third person view option or something like that.
Rockstar, listen, you give us remake it. That's another Chinese thing.
Yeah, but
Give us a sequel.
No, just give us 6 already.
no.
That's in the works.
Nah, I think honestly, this is another unpopular opinion, but I think GTA needs to finish. I think we should be done with GTA.
I don't think they should finish, but I definitely don't like. I don't want GTA 6 right now. I want something different from Rockstar.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Don.
yeah, make a new franchise. Yeah, that's a good point. Or a Bully 2. Just
That's what I was about to say. Honestly, I don't want another GTA. I don't want another Red Dead. I want Bully 2. Give me Bully 2. Do it now.
But to go back on the list, I'm not sure if Kingdom Hearts is on there. But let me tell you right now, that was one of the, for its time, definitely. I thought it was a really good game for it coming out, especially like the fact that it was Disney influenced. I like the fact that they collaborated with, Disney and Final Fantasy.
The third one has Pixar movies in it.
Yeah, no, but we're saying for like PS2 era. Like I thought Kingdom, the first one, the second one. I'm saying when I was around the time when I was playing them, I'm just saying like, yo, that was such an influential game. Just that's all I can say about it.
Yeah, I think two is better than 1, obviously.
Yeah, of course, by far.
yeah, when Kingdom Hearts came out, I was like, it was such a shocker to see that on television. Like seeing like a Final Fantasy style game fused with Disney characters is kind of crazy. Like it's like kind of jaw dropping when you first seen it.
It's like an art piece in a way,
An RPG. I wouldn't call that. It wasn't that great, but
I mean, the fact that Disney collaborated with Final Fantasy theme, like that's different. Like,
Wait, what do you mean? What do we mean? Like what? Final Fantasy and
yeah.
Are we talking about the style of the game? Like RPG?
No,
like Disney itself, like Kingdom Hearts, like the fact that Disney collaborated with Square Enix to make the game.
Yeah, but where does Final Fantasy go?
You didn't know there was Final Fantasy characters?
There's characters in the game.
Yeah.
Disclaimer: I've only played Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, Cloud's in
Cloud's in there.
Cloud, Tifa.
Yeah, so it's like
is this in the first one?
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Well, there's more Final Fantasy characters in part 2, but
so
2 had like Yuffie.
I just like the fact that I like the fact when I was playing it around those times that you get to actually explore the Disney character worlds. You know what I mean? That was different. Different.
I feel like because Disney already, especially from like the men perspective of Disney, like I feel like I don't mean it. But like, I feel like most men, like when it comes to Disney, they're like, fuck Disney. But like I agree with you. Like I feel like Kingdom Hearts was that type of game that like really made you appreciate Disney characters more, especially because it offered characters that you didn't see as much too, like Hades and a bunch of different other characters that Kingdom Hearts brought.
Interesting.
I also love that they put Soul Calibur on the list too. I don't think Soul Calibur gets much love as it did back then, but it definitely left the impact.
Yo, I'm just saying, Soul Calibur has middle child syndrome. I don't care. No one says Soul Calibur has so much middle child syndrome.
It sure does.
Like, and don't get me wrong, Soul Calibur is not necessarily my cup of tea, but I will appreciate that. Like, it did a lot for the fighting game franchise. Like, I mean, for the fighting game world, but like, it always gets slanderized by Tekken and Street Fighter for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, it just gets left out of that conversation.
It's sad. I mean, that was cool though. They had Yoda and what's his name, Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, and the Xbox version had Yoda, and the PlayStation version had
that was cool.
Darth Vader.
And then there was one old Soul Calibur where like the Nintendo version had Link, and then the Xbox one had Spawn. I thought that was really cool.
I don't know. I actually think Soul Calibur isn't underrated. I think it's actually up there and viewed very well with the rest of them.
No, not back in the day.
I'm saying today, not back then. It was more appreciated.
But then again, when we say back in the day, how far are we talking?
Like the PlayStation 2, Xbox, like all the way up to like maybe like PS3 and 360 days.
Yeah.
Nowadays, Soul Calibur is really like it's up there, but like
but I mean,
it had to struggle.
I mean, because you were making an argument earlier about Tekken. I mean, I feel like Tekken was on that Tekken, Dead or Alive, all those 3D fighting games, Virtual Fighter. They were all kind of viewed the same, especially on PS2 and Xbox. I feel like Soul Calibur, if anything, was like vertical because, like you said, Link or something like that was on because they were on the PS2 version of the game, and then the fact that they get all these Darth Vader and then Yoda.
Yeah, but the Darth Vader and Yoda ones, those are like the recent Soul Caliburs.
And like even recent, you said PS3, right?
No, that one was Soul Calibur 6 or was it 5?
Nah, Yoda was on Soul
Calibur. He was not in the 361. No,
he was.
No, he was not.
Yeah, bro, he was. He's on the case and everything.
Which Soul Calibur was Darth Vader?
Soul Calibur 4.
Yeah, I think Mir's right. Yoda was on a 360.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Xbox One. I thought it was Xbox One.
Xbox One has Ezio.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, they put these star characters in it. I think, if anything, Soul Calibur is amongst, like... Now, I don't know if it's in terms of, like, longevity and, like, player base-wise as popular as Tekken, but I think, in general, like, Soul Calibur is more popular than Killer Instinct. And I love KI, but, like, Soul Calibur is still really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you.
I don't know. I think Soul Calibur still struggle though. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm saying like compared to like Tekken and Street Fighter, like nowadays everybody just focuses on those two,
right?
Like maybe a Guilty Gear here and there.
I think Guilty Gear is nowadays too. Like I don't think Guilty Gear was as famous as it was. I mean, as famous as it is now. Yeah. I don't think anyone's really played Guilty Gears back in the days. But real quick, since you talk about fighting games, who remembers Bloody Roar?
That was a good one.
That was a good one, right?
Yeah, that was a good fight.
I missed that game.
Yeah.
They need to bring that one back.
They need to remake that one.
Yeah.
I got that.
Unfortunately, I think the developers that made that are no longer like open.
Oh.
It was Hudson Interactive or something like that?
I don't remember the developers, but I would like
their logo was like a bee.
But someone pick up the project.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Someone dust off that old.
I don't want to see that come back, man.
I would too. I'd love to see a Bloody Roar remake or even just a remaster.
Right.
All right. Well, I think we should really jump off these lists and jump into like since we're talking about a couple games that have like a bunch of like a bunch of entries. I want to ask real quick, what do you guys favorite like trilogy? Like now we're talking about a game that it can be more than 3 games, but the first 3 are the like pivotal titles. So like, Mir, what do you think? What's your favorite trilogy in a game? Trilogy.
I'm gonna have to go with the safe bet and say Arkham series.
Okay, I mean that's not a safe bet. I'll take it.
Definitely, but come on, I mean, it's without explanation that Batman is arguably the most influential and important superhero game period. I mean, without that, we wouldn't have Spider-Man. That's just facts.
You know what's crazy? Normally, this would be the moment where me and Mir like go head to head for like half an hour, but I actually kind of agree with that because like. Look at the combat system in Spider-Man. It's Arkham based. Like, let's not beat around the bush.
But I mean, I do have honorable mention. Obviously, the GTA trilogy.
GTA trilogy.
Yeah, we know there's Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, but like most people don't really.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call that a trilogy because none of
Rockstar packages.
Yeah, but they're not necessarily canonized to get that. But by trilogy, I mean like.
But that's what we're talking about. You mentioned 3 games at the pivotal points.
Right, but they have to be connected story-wise. You can't just pick. I don't know. I mean, yeah, listen, it's your entries.
They are technically, right? Like,
I don't know.
Grand Theft Auto 3 takes place after Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Does it?
Yeah. And Vice City is before everything.
Is it really?
Yeah. So, the Claude from GTA 3 is in GTA San Andreas. So, I mean, chronologically, they do take place together. But, I mean, yeah, that's an honorable mention for me. Yeah.
Interesting. What are you thinking?
Metal Gear series, 1, 2, and 3. That's, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, like as a stealth game in the early days, it made its mark on that. I also would say Crash Bandicoot, or
that's a good one.
I grew up on that game. Basically, that's like the first game I ever played was first Crash Bandicoot. So that's just childhood. And also I would say Devil May Cry. I did like a whole run on that whole entire series like last year. Went back and played those games, and yeah, they bleed into each other pretty well. So I would say those 3.
Okay.
You know what's crazy, Don? I feel like at some point when it comes, when it eventually releases, I think you're going to change it, and I think that trilogy is going to be on this for sure.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, I guess 100%.
All right, I've never played a Bayonetta game. Are they fun?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's if you like Devil May Cry, you definitely like.
Yeah, I might have to check out Bayonetta at some point in life.
If you're into witches and witchcraft,
yeah. All right. I mean, we all know what Nick's gonna go with.
I mean, the guy with the sandals, man. The guy with the sandals. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say God of War, of course. Not only I'm a fan of the franchise, but as each game came out, they progressively got better. Each one, 1, 2, and 3, right? The action, the gore, story, just got better and better.
The sandals.
I mean, he's gonna upgrade to sneakers pretty soon. As far as sales goes, I mean, let's talk about the sales too. I mean, I kind of want to get into that. So, just for the God of War, the first one, it sold for $4.6 million.
My man did homework on this one.
And for God of War 2, sold for $4.24 million. And then for God of War 3, sold for $19.5 million. Ooh. And it also was labeled one of the greatest PS3 games of history. Actually,
I agree with that.
It's top 9th place.
Really? I thought it was higher.
No,
I actually hated it. I respect it for sure.
Right. It's just everything about this.
Did you say you hated it, Mir?
Yeah, I wasn't.
God of War?
I think I bought when I had PS4, it came out with I think they made it backwards compatible or something like that.
Right.
My biggest thing with God of War is just the camera thing. Like, I can barely deal with it on Resident Evil. So it's like, and I know they're 2 different camera types.
The way it pans, right?
But how? Yeah, but then at the same time, I was never a really big fan of hack and slash anyway.
Oh,
so
what?
That was my biggest thing. It was the hack and slash.
So I think this year you should probably just try to take a look at some of the hack and slashes. Shit. I mean, start with God of War, of course.
I mean, I've gained to like them.
Have you ever tried Slaughterhouse?
I haven't tried that, but
Alex.
Scarlet Nexus
that's a classic,
and that's pretty much a hack and slash. So
also, I'm just saying,
I have played that.
We gotta do because I know you. I don't know if you two. I don't know if Don and Nick. I don't know if you guys are playing Scarlet Nexus. I just installed it. I like it too. So we gonna have some words on that game later on.
Yeah, that game. I have a love-hate relationship.
But like I said, just going back to that, man, it's just it's like one of the greatest games I ever played. So yeah, that trilogy right there, just 1 to 3. I'm not gonna include 4 because 4 is not a trilogy, but it's just I can't wait to see what the future holds for this guy.
Interesting. So, all right, so I have 2, but one's an honorable mention, one's the obvious answer, and that's Dead Space. Dead Space is my favorite franchise, and I don't care what no one says. I know a lot of people slander the third game. It was less scary, yes. I'll give it that. It was absolutely less scary. But damn, is that game not fun? That game was so much fun. I love all the new mechanics. The co-op is great. I love the introducing of John Carver. I love that they implemented, like, they still brought horror to it, and that's the thing I feel like no one noticed. Like, the game's still horror. The game's still spooky. You just had to play as Carver. Like, and I think that was cool that they implemented a way where, like, only the player that plays as Carver can see the hallucinations while
Yeah,
when
that's
you're playing.
cool.
As,
Yeah.
like, that was really cool because I remember the very first time I played through that, I was actually Carver, and I was like, "Oh, you seen all this crap?"
And I was looking at you like,
Yeah,
what is this guy?
Yeah, it's like, what do you're and that's cool because like you get that feel of them two actually there. You're just like,
Right.
what do you see? And I'm like, dude, look at that right there. You know, it's so. I love that. I love the way they did that. And believe it or not, I actually did like the multiplayer in 2. It was really chaotic, but it was so slept on. And I feel like people really didn't appreciate the franchise's like innovations. And like I loved, like I said, I loved all 3 of them. And like I said, I can't wait for this reboot. I am worried about it a little bit because obviously EA's not got a great track record. But like I said, just don't drop the ball on this, and we'll be fine. But my honorable mention is Mass Effect. Oh my gosh, Mass Effect is like a soap opera. It's like a soap opera, but it's like this amazing. The way that the games flow into each other. I don't know if you guys ever played Mass Effect games, but like
I played the first one.
the original one.
Yeah.
Dude. Liara though, like let's be honest. But like that game is so great story wise, like, and like I said, the way that the games flow into each other. That suicide mission in part 2, oh my goodness, it was so great because like you have to do these loyalty missions in 2 where like if your peoples weren't as trusting to you, there's a potential that you could lose them in the final mission. It was like really good. Obviously, the third game has a very controversial ending, and I do think it was really lackluster. But like leading up to that, the game was amazing. Like the gameplay, it's like the story from the beginning all the way up until obviously that ending is great. The ending wasn't that great, but hey, the franchise as a whole is amazing.
Yeah, I hear a lot of good things from Mass Effect, the franchise, especially like character development.
Oh
the
yeah,
characters.
100%.
They really like they're focusing on their characters. That's what I like about it. I want to dive into that series one day.
Oh, and it's great too because your choice, what you can do is you can import your save from like 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, and all your choices will be implemented. So let's say there's this one character that had like a thing for you, but you turned them down. That character will resent you in the following game, and there's a chance that you can get that character killed in the second one, and the third one, someone other character be like, I don't like you because you got that person killed. It's so good because like all your choices, it's like almost like a Telltale game. Like all your choices from the previous one matter.
Right. Oh, I love that. I definitely want to check that out.
It was really great. All right, well, let's jump into a quick another topic. We're talking about a lot of games. I feel like what we're not talking about right now is developers. I feel like there's a lot of new developers, a lot of new stuff coming out this year. What are you guys looking forward to this year as far as like companies, developers, publishers, and all that fun stuff? Mir, why don't you start us off? Take your time.
Sorry. What am I looking for this year from publishers and developers? Honestly, the only person I'm on right now is like Capcom. Everybody's like one of the new Street Fighter 6 right now. Problem is that
Why?
Because Street Fighter 5 is mad old.
I mean, Street Fighter. Spare the game. What's that else in there?
Oh,
is there another one?
But wait, you're fine with the new Marvel vs. Capcom.
What new Marvel vs. Capcom? The new
I'm saying you would be fine with the new Marvel vs. Capcom.
Maybe.
I mean, either or, like that's fine. Like
also, there's only 3 of them.
What, Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yeah, we don't talk about Infinite. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
That game was hot garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, Don. You mentioned earlier. Who's Project Eve being made by again?
Oh, it's a Korean company. I'm not sure. I can't call off the top of my head, but it's an upcoming Korean developers working on that.
Project Eve. What is that?
You haven't seen it? It looks phenomenal. It looks like a hack and slash type game.
Oh, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. I don't want to pinpoint this to games specifically, but Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. Like Don said, we're not really familiar with the developer, but I don't know. I'm just looking for newer stuff, like maybe some indie stuff. I think the people who made Kena Bridge of Spirits did really good. I definitely would be looking for more Kena DLC.
That game came out?
Yeah, it came out last year.
Oh, damn. I didn't think that game was going to see the light of day.
What? Bro, that game was highly rated.
I heard nothing about this game. I didn't even know it released. Look at that.
Bro, this game was like definitely. I mean, you have PC now, so I would recommend you grab it.
Oh, is it on PC? Oh,
yes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm more so like I want Capcom, NetherRealm. I mean, Xbox has Activision now, so
that's gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun time.
So it's like I want more Crash games and Spiral games, but it's like who knows Microsoft. Yeah.
All right, Don, you got anything you want to?
Oh, I definitely want to see more out of Platinum Games. I know they're about to come out with Bayonetta 3, but also I wanna see them like bring back, like Mira was saying, with Capcom, do like another join together and work on a Beautiful Joe sequel or something. Because I think Beautiful Joe,
that's a classic.
Yeah, I think Beautiful Joe kind of got low blowed over the initial time it came out. I think it would be more appreciated during these times of being more.
Yo, could you imagine Beautiful Joe on Switch?
Man,
bro,
that'd be kind of fire.
See, this is the problem with Nintendo. That's a moneymaker right there. And the thing is that we still don't have a GameCube emulator? Why?
That's a good question. Actually.
Why?
I don't know.
That game was at its height when it was on the GameCube.
I would love to play. I'd love to play Sonic Heroes on the Switch.
Bro, Sims fans would go nuts if you could play the Sims on the Switch.
I think you can. No, you can't. Actually, I have no idea.
Sims URBZ is fire.
How do you? I've never played a Sims. I thought Sims games was just life.
Life simulators.
There you go.
Like those were life simulators before the now mobile life simulators. Farmville.
I can't stand those. We don't talk about that. We will never speak of those on this podcast. You hear me?
There's a lot of fire mobile games.
All right, stop it. Go ahead, Nick.
What I'm looking for as far as developers for 2022, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm looking forward to Bethesda and their quote unquote the greatest
Starfield,
their greatest project, Starfield, and apparently it being quote unquote being better than Halo.
Is that what they claim?
They keep saying it. Like, I keep hearing
bold statement.
What isn't Starfield just like a
we don't know what it is.
Shooter?
We don't know what it is.
No one knows.
No one knows.
No information.
So this game was never released before. There's no prequel.
No, all they said during E3 was that Xbox stated that this is going to be their greatest game that they ever made.
So let me real quick.
Starfield.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've heard anything on the game. Like, no, literally the only information we know about it is that it's set in space. It's a time. I think they said it's a timed Xbox exclusive.
Right. Yeah.
Either they said it's an exclusive or it's a timed exclusive.
It's not going to be on the Game Pass. I know it's going to be like you're going to have to purchase it.
Yeah, that's another thing. It won't be on Game Pass. Don't ask me why. And that's literally all we know. I'm presuming I'm just gonna call it here. I have the impression it's just going to be Fallout in space. Like, right. I know they said that about the Outer Worlds,
and look what that happened.
But like, I legit feel like this is just going to be Fallout 4 in space.
Right.
I think it's gonna be really overhyped. But who knows? I could be wrong.
I'm not trying to knock them down a peg or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, they're just like a little bit kind of going overboard a little bit just by saying Halo. Like, Halo was just like a generation. Like,
that's a bold statement.
So it's like, I doubt that it will ever meet that expectation.
Could they be pulling a CD Projekt Red?
Possibly, yeah.
Or worse, a No Man's Sky.
So I'm curious to see how Bethesda is going to execute that. So.
I'm worried, actually, because I'm looking at Bethesda's list of games now, and I'm not really a fan of Bethesda as much as I thought.
Really? You don't like Doom?
Yeah, that's the exception. Everything else is kind of like Quake, Fallout, Wolfenstein.
Go ahead and elaborate on Fallout.
You know, like Fallout?
Fallout was trash.
Wait, which one?
Any of them.
I don't know. He just
I
said
got Fallout 3.
I don't know.
I thought it was stupid. The customization was dumb. All I was doing was shooting cockroaches.
Yeah, he was just saying like the roaches were huge.
Oh, shoot you! Like
I thought Fallout 70. I tried to like when it came on Game Pass. I tried to try Fallout 76, whatever it's called. Thought it was kind of shitty.
No, Fallout 76 was garbage. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I haven't ever played the Elder Scrolls, but I mean, you know, that's a cultural game.
Dude, Skyrim?
Yeah, never really played it. It's too time consuming.
This is Skyrim house, all right? You slay into Skyrim, you have to leave.
This is the thing. Like, I like the whole fantasy first person survival character development kind of thing. My issue is that it doesn't have online. Call me a multiplayer whore if you want.
What?
I need that in a game like that. I can't play that type of game and not interact with people. And then it's just very dated. The graphics is like shit.
I mean, yeah, the game is kind of.
I heard Prey was pretty trash. The Evil Within was. I mean, I know you're a fan of that game.
Oh yeah, I love Evil Within.
Deathloop was okay. Like, but that's definitely not my like favorite.
Interesting.
But I can respect it. Like, you know, they definitely, especially the thing with them being part of Xbox now.
I'm just saying, like, they're not the best. Like, it's not my favorite developer, but I'm just curious to hear about like how this title is going to perform. So that's why I said like,
would it live up to the hype?
Right. That's one thing.
Halo.
Right.
So I'm actually on their, like I said, I was on their game now, and is Ghostwire Tokyo? It's up on their game.
I don't think so.
Being developed by somebody else or published by
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're a fan of that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What the heck is Ghostwire?
You never heard? You might want to just kind of just Google it out in your spare time. It's a really good game.
I'm going to have to give that some research.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
Oh, I got one more. Kojima Productions. I keep seeing on Twitter. I follow Kojima on Twitter, and he keeps tweeting like these horror movies. I'm like, oh, so you're gonna try to make a horror game?
You've piqued my interest. Continue.
Yeah, so I'm starting to get the sense that Nick Kojima is starting to develop this horror game that is intentionally was supposed to be PT. So let's see what's gonna happen.
So that'll be amazing to see again.
Right. And also, real quick, if anyone here wants to like scratch that PT itch, I would recommend a game called Visage. Look it up.
Yeah, that thing looks terrifying.
I have it.
Also, just to double back to that, so your games, Alex, that you like, the Evil Within, they're developed by Tango Gameworks.
Yeah.
So the thing is that that's who's making Ghostwire Tokyo. I haven't played the Evil Within, but I've heard mixed reviews from it.
It was good. Yeah,
so
it was good.
My concern is like. And that's why I have these issues with like certain developers because they become hit or miss. So it's like when we get titles like Ghostwire Tokyo, it's like their previous work wasn't really like, and not to say that the Evil Within was trash or anything because I haven't played it, but it's just more so where it's like I'm a little skeptical because it's like I thought it was being made by somebody different, and it's just like I don't want this game to flop based off of it.
Okay. I still would give it some light. Though, I mean, yeah, they don't have the best track history, but I still feel like they might execute this one really good. Just give it some time. I mean, I'm not sure. I think it's only going to be on PS5, right? So
and
PC. But yeah, I'd say I'm still going to buy it. I'm still going to give it a shot, and you know, I hope it comes out good. I mean, they don't have the best track history, but I'll give it a shot.
Interesting. All right. So as far as the game developers and stuff like that, I have again two that I want to bring up, and that's one. Building back to what I said earlier about BioWare. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but Mass Effect 4 has been announced, but because of their little, I won't say flop, but their incident with Andromeda, even though I thought the game was fine, but the game does have it admittedly has its faults. I'm curious to see, will they drop the ball again with Mass Effect 4, or will they actually like build off from the third game, I mean the original trilogy, and make it better? I kind of still don't want them to continue like off of the third game. Like I don't want part 4 to just lead off of the third game, but that all depends on how BioWare wants to do it. So we'll see on that one. And then my other one is going to sound interesting. CD Projekt Red. So I don't know if you heard, they've been releasing. Apparently, they claim that Cyberpunk is in a decent space now, and I use air quotes. The game is still not perfect because I don't know if you guys are still playing the game, but like it looks more solid on the consoles than it did when it first came out. Like I will admit, the game was garbo doo doo when it first came out, but now it actually looks a little better. It's still, I'd argue that they shouldn't say it's in the place that they want it to be because that's a little concerning. But they started to release their new roadmap on how like all the new patches that are coming out for it. So like, my question is just, can they pull a No Man's Sky and like kind of start to fix this game, or will they just completely just bomb it and this game will just like be buried? I don't know. Like, believe it or not, the game is still selling really well though. Like I know a lot of people think it's like flop, that it's like garbage, but like it's still selling really good. Like it's still CD Projekt Red's highest selling game. It's actually sold more than The Witcher. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see, can they fix their mistakes? Can they learn from it? Or are they just gonna like completely drop the ball on that?
Well, let's see. Let's hope that it actually changes.
Time will tell. Time will tell. All right. So we got one more topic I want to bring up before we start on our short takes, and that's a game just recently came out that I feel like 3 out of the 4 of us have played. Surprising. I feel like the impressions are surprising. Rainbow Six Extraction is now in the Game Pass. Nick and me, I know you guys played. You guys and I have played. Donna, I don't know if you played it.
Oh no.
All right. Well, Nick, why don't you start us off? What are your thoughts on it so far?
My thoughts on it so far was it wasn't. I guess when I remember when they was kind of releasing the content for, obviously how they do the process for making the game, then they trying to show how this game is gonna break the titles and whatnot. But I thought I had high expectations for this game, and when I started to play, I didn't play too much. I only got towards like the training, so I know that's not really a lot. But when I was playing it, I was like, yeah, this is not something I thought that, because when they was talking about, the first name of the actual game was called Quarantine, right? I think.
Yeah, they changed the name out of respect for the pandemic.
Right. So it was like, it's supposed to be like infection, and they it's like a lot of different tactics, but it kind of all feels the same. Like, you know what I mean? It just feels like another Division game.
Interesting.
So it just feels like, I don't know. In my opinion, I just thought it could have been better. It's just kind of dry in my opinion, but
interesting. All right, Mir, what's your thoughts on Rainbow Six Extraction?
So the thing about this game is like, it's for everybody, but at the same time, it's like you got to have a background with Rainbow Six Siege because that's the engine it runs on. So if you're not familiar with Rainbow Six Siege, this game is going to be completely like overwhelming for you because of the controls, right? Like, Siege is a completely different first-person shooter from everything else, so that alone is going to throw people off. I think the biggest thing for me about this game was like, I just don't understand the mechanics. Like, I wasn't really a fan of like how the character progression is. Like, once a character dies or get infected or whatever the case may be, they're out of the game, so you can't use them. And I mean, I get it; it's a chance to use, like, it forces you to like use other operators or whatever the case may be, and use the different abilities and stuff. But for me, it's like, if you're gonna make a system where your character is supposed to level up and progress, and it's like, if I die with the character and I can't use them, it kind of was like, what the hell is the point of me trying to level this character up if they're just gonna be out for a while? So the thing is that like, there's no story mode for it either. The thing is that like, it's supposed to give you this feeling to where it's like every time you go into a game mode, it's always supposed to be different. So they're supposed to give you different missions or extractions, as they call it, whatever the case is. And it's supposed to give you a different experience. So far for me, it's been the same fucking missions over and over and over again.
That's part of my
have to capture one of your teammates in the middle of something and destroy the pods or whatever it is in order to get them. One of the biggest things I hate about this game is like when you die. That's the biggest, like, when you die, the enemies attack you and they kill you. I don't like that. Because it's like, we're so used to games like Call of Duty and Apex, all these different types of games where it's like once you down, you have this possibility of being revived without having to worry about anything. This is not the case in this game. It's like when you die, the monsters can kill you. I mean, yeah, they have a tool where you have a self-res revive, which is fine, but it's still like once you die a second time, you're out of the game. And the thing is, it's like they have this thing where it's like when you die or once your opponent your teammate dies or whatever, you're supposed to take them back to the extraction. And I don't know what from there, because every time I put them in the extraction, they don't revive. They don't respawn. None of that happens.
Right.
So it's like the cool thing that they offer is like there's supposed to be 3 extractions. They're timed. And you're supposed to be able to complete all 3 of them. You're expected to complete all 3 of them. The thing is like when it becomes too hectic, you can exfil early. And you can complete it and you can, get your XP or whatever it is. So you don't have to complete all 3. You can complete 2 or 1 or whatever it is. So I mean, I do like that option. In terms of the AI, I feel like they're all kind of like the same. They look different or whatever. That's cool, whatever. They all respond and react the same. There's nothing really different. Like I've yet to come across like a main boss or anything like that. So in terms of the AI, I mean, it's fine. It's not really difficult. Another gripe I have with the game is like the med kits. Like, and mind you, this is all me based off of being in like the first, I guess, city or whatever, because I'm still in the New York part. But there's like no fucking med kits in the game. There's like one. Like once you get the med kit, that's it, and it's just like you can't buy any. You can't barely find any. So it's like they're very scarce.
Yeah,
exactly. Scarce with a lot of the shit that they have in the game. And it's just like, bro, what is this?
Yeah, I kind of agree with both you guys. Like overall, I'm underwhelmed by the game. My gripe with it is that there's like a lack of content, in my opinion. Like there's only a handful of like types of missions. Go rescue that. Like Mir said, go rescue that one teammate. Plant the bombs on the nest, or collect a sample or whatever. And I've only played, I think it was like 2 or 3 extractions. I didn't really play that much. I already uninstalled the game, so I'm not going to go back into it unless I hear that they put a whole bunch of new modes. I was expecting that they were going to have like a horde mode kind of thing where like I can like barricade a certain house and, like each round, like, they would start beating down the house and like each round I can like, because that's what Rainbow Six Siege is known for. You know what I mean? The whole like, putting up defenses and like, I don't know. It feels like they're trying. I'll give them kudos for trying to do something different. Because let's be honest, Rainbow Six has been doing the same thing for a little while. Like the whole hyper realistic, gunplay and all that. And that's cool and all, but like, I will give them some credit for trying to do something different. Like the game's not trash. It's just, it doesn't do. It's not as casual to hook me in. Because like the way I like my games that are casual enough to jump into, but then they take a time to master. You know what I mean? I don't feel like this game did that. I feel like the game's just too like Mir said. I feel like this is a game just for Siege fans. This just feels like a standalone expansion from Siege. So like,
but see, this is I feel like this is a problem too. Because it's like with Ubisoft, it's like Rainbow Six Siege is arguably their most popular game, right?
I believe so, yeah.
And the problem is that they're just capitalizing on it. It's like,
right.
Hey, let's make a little standoff game of one of our most popular games. It's like you're ruining it. Like Rainbow Six used to stand and mean for something. Now it's just, you hear Time Clancy's or Rainbow Six, whatever the case may be, they're all just associated with Siege.
They're all the same shit.
Like, but this isn't the only game they did that with. They did it with
Assassin.
Yeah, with the what's that game? Immortal Phoenix Rising, right? Like that was another standalone like copy of Assassin's Creed. Now, while that game wasn't completely trash, I actually liked it a little bit.
Yeah, say the game didn't deserve that slander.
They're not innovating anything. They're just copying and pasting other titles.
They're being lazy.
I thought Phoenix Rising was a little different. Like, I didn't think it was the same. But
it's the same concept. Yeah, like it still plays. It's fucking Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
But at least it had like a lighter tone. You know what I mean? Like it was a little more.
But that's what they wanted to give you. They're like, hey, let's give you Assassin's Creed Odyssey with a character, cartoon-based kind of like inspired game.
I can see that criticism.
Just like, come on, y'all have to be
I would give Phoenix Rising real quick. I would give it like a 3 out of 5. Well, no, I'll say like a 2.5 out of 5.
I would give it more than that. I thought it was pretty decent.
Like out of 5 stars, what would you give it?
So I'd probably give it a 3. One of the things I didn't like about it was the puzzles. They became super complex and difficult after a while.
Puzzle guy, huh?
I wasn't. Yeah, for me being a puzzle guy, yeah, they were a little bit difficult. So I was kind of like.
All right, so I would say if I had to give it an out of 5 score for Extraction, I give it a 2. Like it just didn't do enough to hook me in the game. Like I said, the game's already uninstalled on my thing. Until I learn that they come up with some more modes or at bare minimum like a story, then I'll reinstall it. Hopefully, if it's still on Game Pass. But so far, it's just not it for me. I don't know.
And that's the thing. That's why we gotta love Game Pass, man, because it allows us to try these games out and not waste money.
So Nick, out of 5 stars, what would you give Extraction?
I'll give it a 2.
Oh, all right, banking off.
Give it a 2.
All right,
yeah.
cool. So overall, Ubisoft, get the fix in it
and start something fresh. Just do something different,
or just give me a horde mode.
That too, just something different. It's just
I don't want that because it still runs on the Siege engine.
I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with the Siege engine.
Just something different. Fine. Stop copying and paste.
All right, well, that's all our topics right now. So let's go ahead and jump on to our short takes. Mir, you got some short takes for us?
Yeah. So I recently just got a gaming laptop.
Welcome to the PC Master Race, buddy.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I'm really enjoying the frame rates. I just gotta adjust to like the PC lifestyle, so I have to like maintain it more.
Yeah, watch some FOV sliders.
Yeah, make sure I'm cleaning it, make sure the temperature and everything like that's correct with it.
Well,
but I mean overall, based on
good job.
I'm gonna gift you Gmod.
What's a Gmod?
Oh,
it's a game. It's a PC game.
Oh, we'll get into that in another episode.
He's gonna gift you it though.
All right, Don, you want to hit us with your short take?
Well, yeah. I know we already touched on this on a different episode, but the Uncharted movie, I'm starting to see it's gonna come out next month, I believe, on the 11th. Yeah, I don't believe those two, the main cast, with Sully and Drake.
No.
What's it?
Don, did you watch the fan made film with Nathan Fillion?
Oh, I seen a clip of it. Yeah, it looks way better, and the actor looks tremendously identical to Nathan Drake. Like,
thank you, because like for those of you who are not aware, just Google Uncharted fan film Nathan Fillion, and you're welcome.
Yeah, but like Mark Wahlberg, like for instance, at Sully, it's like
yo, he just has a funny ass name.
Mark Wahlberg,
like, Mark.
They have the nerve to put on one of the cutscenes to please the fans because a lot of people was complaining about Sully not having a mustache. They're like, "Oh, put a little brown mustache on his lip."
Like, give him the Henry Cavill mustache that they edited out of Justice League.
Right. It's like, then I don't know. I mean, those are good actors, of course, but I just can't see past the actors and not put them in the characters' roles. Like,
I was gonna say, like,
that's who they are.
They could be good actors. It's just like that's just not proper casting. You know what I mean?
Right.
Are we ready to see this vibration?
Huh?
It's a Marking Mark quote. Feel the vibration.
I hate you so much. All right, Nick, why don't you lead into your short take?
So my thoughts on Valorant. I like it though. I
play Valorant.
Yeah, Valorant's pretty cool, man.
Just play Counter-Strike.
No.
Just play CS:GO. It's the same exact thing.
No, it's when I think about it in terms of the way it plays, I like the fact like the controls are. I mean, it's a difficult game. Period. Like it takes skill. I'm still learning, but what I like about it is like the creativity of the powers.
What do you mean, Overwatch?
No, it's not Overwatch. It's its own game. Okay. But I think just my personal thoughts on it is
to be fair, they're not. I don't even think you can. Well, because Overwatch has both of the games they have abilities, quote unquote, but they're different. Like,
right.
I don't think in Overwatch there's any characters that shoot fireballs.
Right.
Like, there's not really like in Overwatch. Most of their abilities are used based off of their role, right? Like you have
Right.
healers and shit like that in Overwatch, specifically to heal characters. Or you might have a character that could go invisible or whatever the case may be. Valorant is a little bit different to where it's like you have fireballs, you have ice balls, you have swords, you have these things are help you like
Win the game.
Offensive side.
Right.
So like I feel like the abilities are a little bit different. I mean, I get the comparison, but they're a little bit different.
Yeah, I feel like the Overwatch comparison is a bit of trick, but you can't beat around the bush. It's basically CS:GO with powers.
Yeah, but I think it's better.
I agree. But yeah, I mean, just to wrap it up, I just think like it's a good game. You know.
All right. I'll give you that. I mean, it's not true, but okay. I'm kidding. All right, I'll jump into mine. And then, like I said, I feel like I'm building off another thing that we talked about in the previous episode, but Pokemon Legends Arceus comes out in next week, I think it is, right? Now, I have an interesting idea on this game because, like, I do agree the game is going to introduce some of the best features that, like, Pokemon has needed to be an open world game for the longest.
And this is where that influence of Breath of the Wild comes in.
But therein lies the interesting thing is, like, do I think it'll be the best Pokemon game to come out? Absolutely not. Not at all. I still love the traditional, go to the XYZ town, fight XYZ gym leader, beat the Elite Four and all that. I feel like that formula is still true. I feel like Pokemon has been taking a lot of formulas from a lot of other games, like you said, AE, the Breath of the Wild games. But I feel like if they find the sweet spot with the new mechanics, with the old mechanics, then they can make a really great game. I feel like they have the tools for the next gen, like Gen 9, to be one of the best in the franchise. Like, I loved Sword and Shield. I love the wild area. I love that it was like semi-open world. I feel like the fact that this one is now going to be open world is going to be huge. But from what I've been seeing, there's a few things that I have a few criticisms about, and like, I don't think it's going to be the best Pokemon game ever, but I definitely think it's going to be a great Pokemon game. Yeah, like I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm more intrigued to see what they do with the next mainline Pokemon game than what they do with. I feel like this Pokemon Legends is going to be like a great experiment. Like, I think it's definitely going to go well. Like, it's not beat around the bush. This game's like really hyped and like it's going to do really well. But good. I feel like this is more of like an experiment to see what they can do with Gen 9. I think that's where the game's gonna like get a lot better. All right, well,
I'll give it a shot.
All right. Alrighty, well, that wraps up this episode. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to help support us, give us a like, follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music, right? We are on Apple Music?
Yes, sir.
There you go, look at that. So give us a follow on all those things. Give us some likes. Leave for YouTube, you can leave a comment, see how you guys feel. Give us some feedback, how we're doing, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.
It's